Hi there, it's Thursday. That means we are doing a live on my Botanically page, Alchemy of Soothing Botanic Ingredients. My name is Tanya Uester, and today we are talking about a particularly soothing essential oil that is going to be able to support several systems in your body. So it's quite exciting because it's one of the oils from my favorite essential oil company that was released only in the last month or two. So it's very beneficial when we can start using essential oils and that we no longer need to import them because they're available in our warehouse. So it gives us the opportunity to learn how you can use these essential oils in a daily wellness routine. Oh, I can see people are logging in. Fantastic. Remember to say hi or send me some love or some likes when you join in so that I can see you there. I'll even call you by name. So we've got Anli. Hello, Anli. Welcome. Yolandi is also joined, and Lorene Nell, fantastic, thank you. I can see there's some new people coming on. If you don't make a comment, I can't see your name. So please remember to go and share who you are, that you've just joined. Also, a good one to go and put in there. Are you someone that is quite informed about antioxidants? Okay, because that's a hot topic at the moment. Let's be honest. Everyone is talking about antioxidants. We all know why they are really good for our bodies. Cara's just joined as well. Fantastic. Welcome. Dalian. Wonderful. I think you're one of my loyal fans as well, so I'm really excited. Thank you so much. Definitely Yolandi. I think she's probably one of my loyalest fans, and that's really amazing. It just really means that you guys are enjoying the education, and I can live out my passion because then at least you'll know how to incorporate the essential oils in more ways than one when you're actually starting to go on a healthier habits journey and incorporating natural things like amazing essential oils. Cara's excited. I'm excited with you. Today's an exciting topic. Fantastic. All right, so before we carry on, those of you that do have the turmeric essential oil, please just go pop a comment in there. Say yay or nay. So let's make it a number one is yes, I've got an essential oil called turmeric. Number two is I don't have an essential oil called turmeric. Okay, so I want to see all those ones and twos coming down there in the comments, please. Michelle has just joined in. Fantastic. Skinny 2, thank you. And Rob is there as well. Okay, Rob, this one is for you today, I've got to say. Turmeric is one of those essential oils that you need to tell Michelle to get her hands on as soon as possible if you haven't got it yet. Okay. Also, Mari Pretorius, fantastic. Lorene is saying in number 2, don't have essential oil of turmeric yet. You're going to have to get your hands on it really, really soon. And all of you hopefully are, you know who my favorite essential oil company is, because our essential oil company actually sells an internal oil. So it's a food safe oil. We are going to be talking about those properties today. So please make sure. Oh, there's so many 2s. Guys, I feel sorry for you. I actually got my oil imported from the UK probably about a year ago. And I have been using it off and on, I've got to be honest, because, I don't know, the education wasn't that, I didn't really delve into it. And luckily, I decided to come and do it this week. Okay, so now I'm using it all the time as well because I now know all the amazing benefits that are connected with this beautiful essential oil. Definitely on someone's wish list. Dalian, yes, put it on your wish list on that next LRP. Yolanda, you too. Rob, strong thumbs up. Thank you, Rob. I wish I could see your face. Okay, so let's kick it off. This entire week on my Facebook Botanically page, you would have seen I was chatting about turmeric, okay, and whether it was the extracts, because remember there's so many different forms of turmeric, so you can either eat the raw root, and if you grow it like I do in my garden, and when you know it's organic, it's even more potent, and the flavor, guys, geez, the flavor from a strong rhizome, from a raw rhizome, I cannot even explain to you how strong it is, okay? It's one of those things where, oh, we've got a list here that's also joined, welcome, and Aria's in as well, thank you. So when I grow my turmeric in my garden, and I try and cook with it compared to the ones you can purchase at the store. So here I'm talking about the fresh root, okay? So it's not the powdered, dried one yet. So it's the fresh root. Guys, you need less than a little tip of your pinky because the flavor is exceptionally strong. And please, here's a top tip. Don't do what I did the first time I cut up my turmeric. I was so excited to harvest my own turmeric. I forgot to put my gloves on. I think my hands were yellow for more than a week, okay? It's just one of those, remember it's the curcumin in there that actually makes your hands stain like quite severely yellow, all right? For my skin, didn't look so good, okay? It looked like I'd been painting or something. It was just that vivid, all right? and the flavor is really, really strong. So always remember when you're using the fresh root, especially if you've grown it yourself and you haven't bought it from a shop where it's been sitting on the shelf for quite a while, it's going to have a really pungent flavor. So less is more. All right. Let's also talk about the dried format, right? So there's lots of different forms of turmeric that we can use. We can use the root fresh, the plant material, in other words. All right. The curcumin and the Turmerones, though, in the concentration is quite low in comparison with the amount of plant material and the cellulose and all the fiber and all the other things that are in there, okay? But they definitely are there. All right. Then we've got a dried format. So that's literally where the rhizomes are dried and then powdered up, all right? And that's what we used to in the past always just be able to purchase. Really good in curries. Let's face it, guys, the weather at the moment is just absolutely ideal for curries, but I even eat curries straight through summer as well. It's just one of those beautiful feeling loved kind of dishes. I just really, really like cooking Indian dishes or any kind of spicy dishes, really. And turmeric is definitely always one of the biggest components in there because of the beautiful flavor, because of the health benefits. All right, so that's the plant material. Then you get something called the CO2 extract, and that's where they do an extraction, and the curcumin level is slightly higher than you would find in the plant. So it doesn't increase the level as such, but it is at a higher ratio in the extract that you are going to be taking in, for instance, in a supplement form, because obviously all the rest of the plant material has been taken out. Okay, that's the only reason why it's higher. So it doesn't increase the content necessarily, it just concentrates it. Right, and then obviously we now have an essential oil. So let's just explain the difference between those. In all three of these is basically what we call chemical constituents, and some of them are there in really high concentrations, some of them are there in lower concentrations. So let's talk about the three that are the highest in something called an essential oil. That's the AR, they call it AR turmerone. That's just aromatic turmerone. Okay, so those are the aromatic molecules. Then we also have turmerone in there, and then we also have zingiberine in there. All right, so those are the three top ones. If I had to go and quickly there's a list in that list. They also have things like alpha phenylenediene, beta sesquiphenylendrine. Oh my goodness, the names are getting quite difficult even for the scientist in me. Aromatic curcumin, 1.8 cineol. Now that's one of the ones that you actually find in eucalyptus, even present in turmeric essential oil. Beta curcumin, caroline, alpha caryophyllene, very low concentration. So here we're talking less than 3 or 4%. Okay, so quite minuscule, but they actually are still going to have some kind of benefit because they're all working synergistically to support some kind of system in your body. Okay, so when you're doing the plant materials, obviously you're getting curcumin in there, but as you may have read in the industry, very true, it is not a very bioavailable chemical constituent that's going to be beneficial in your body for the antioxidant properties and everything else that it needs to do. So let's just talk about the different things that all the components in either the plant material or even in the essential oil, what they're good for. So number one, antioxidant support, really, really beneficial. And we all know what those things are, right? They are like the fly papers taking away the free radicals, the reactive oxygen species, okay? So those are the ones that cause cell damage, DNA damage, because they basically steal electrons. They're unstable molecules themselves, and they steal electrons from well-functioning things in your cells, okay? So they're not nice to have around. So when you have something that's got antioxidant properties, it's going to assist the, just naming one of them, for instance, glutathione, it's going to be like flypaper, and it's going to take care of those free radicals, okay? So very high in antioxidant support. So it's a good idea to be able to eat antioxidant high foods, or those with the amino acids in that are that form some of these antioxidant molecules in our body. They can promote healthy cellular function, circulation, gastrointestinal function. Okay, there's a reason there's turmeric in some of those spicy foods that we eat. Metabolism, cellular function when taken internally. Now again, very careful there. You've got to have a food label that says safe for food use on the oil. Okay, very important. Do not use someone's brand if it says not safe for internal use internally. You are going to do yourself a lot of harm. Okay. And it can support a healthy immune and nervous system function, promotes a clean and healthy mouth. Topical use of turmeric essential oil actually supports clean and healthy looking skin, and I'm going to have some top tips on how to apply it soon. And then also it can reduce the appearance of blemishes. Okay, More than that, I mean, those are already a very long list of benefits. Emotionally, turmeric, having it in a diffuser around the home, is emotionally uplifting. And it improves your mood, all right? And I think the number one thing for me is turmeric has the ability to support healthy glucose and lipid metabolism. And you can think where those things become involved when there's certain processes in your body that no longer are functioning like they should, okay? So really a good essential oil to start incorporating into your daily wellness routine if those are conditions that you are dealing with in a health challenge kind of format. Okay. Now let's talk about the bioavailability, because obviously that's quite important. You can't be going to chomp like pieces and handfuls of turmeric. Number one, it's going to really upset your tummy. Ask me, I've tried that before. But it's also not really bioavailable. And I guess a lot of you have heard that piperine, which is a molecule that you find in black pepper, actually increases the absorption, which is very true, all right? It actually, I can give you a percentage here if I just remember where I actually saved that note. But in humans, they did a study where 20 milligrams of piperine was given concomitantly with 2 grams of curcumin. And this increased the serum curcumin level 20-fold. Okay, that's huge. Hey? So you can see the absorption was a lot better, which was attributed to the piperine's inhibition. So it means it prevents hepatic glucuronidation. So this is an enzyme that is secreted by your liver, because remember, your liver is responsible for taking up nutrients out of your colon when you're doing the whole digestive process. So it inhibits an enzyme, and for that reason, the piperine. Okay, so the piperine inhibits an enzyme in your liver, and then the curcumin absorption for your body is a lot better. Just please also remember that a lot of people are actually quite sensitive to black pepper, and if you're going to be consuming large amounts of black pepper, it's also not going to be that great for your gut, because it can be quite irritating, okay? Then another thing to think about, so yes, add black pepper when you want to get the curcumin in there. Another thing to think about is don't go and use black pepper essential oil, because the piperine is not an aromatic compound, okay? So it's in the real black pepper, but actually not in the essential oil, because it's not aromatic, it's not small enough, it's not light enough. So during the steam distillation process, the piperine is actually not transferred into the black pepper essential oil. Okay, so don't think adding a black pepper essential oil is going to increase the absorption of the curcumin. But something that does is the turmerine. Okay, and obviously that is something that is in our turmerine essential oil. So because there is a very high concentration of the aromatic turmerine as well as turmerine in here, combining this with the plant materials so you can get the benefits from both the curcumin absorption and the turmerones, because they are coincidentally also really good for anti-inflammatory kind of support, then obviously you've got a win-win situation. Okay, so how awesome is that? Don't use the black pepper essential oil to increase the absorbability. Use the turmeric essential oil because of the turmerones that are in there, and then you're going to get the benefit from the turmerones as well. Okay, let's move into some practical examples. The first one is going to be a real life recipe, because this idiot last night, I got into bed, and whereas I usually have my diffuser running next to my bed, because remember, my cats sleep on my bed with me, a little bit allergic, so my respiratory tract always takes a little bit of strain. I always have a diffuser running next to me in my bed at night with some respiratory oils, some lavender or some serenity in there, because it helps me sleep better. But I got into bed last night and I'm like, no, it's freezing, and I'd forgotten to refill my diffuser with water and essential oils for the evening. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave it. I can't be bothered. I'm not going to get up onto this cold floor again, freeze myself to death, and then have to get back in again and take 10 minutes to just warm up again. Okay, so I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Biggest mistake in the world ever. Okay, I woke up this morning. Let me tell you, there were some people that had Zoom meetings with me this morning, and my eyes were not pretty. They were all swollen at the bottom here. I had severe kind of respiratory distress going on. Definitely not a good idea. I will never do that again. I will get up and refill my diffuser that's going to be able to support me during the night with improved sleep as well as respiratory. But I do have this magic blend, okay, and this is my swollen eye blend, let's call it that. So this is when you are having puffy eyes, possibly because of some kind of allergic reaction. So you're going to need some anti-inflammatory action going in there, because we just need to bring the swelling down and also open up the respiratory tract. All right. So this is Tanya's favorite swollen eye blend, and this is one of those that actually has quite a few strong essential oils in there. So it is very important that you don't get them into your eyes. If you do, dilute with carrier oil, never with water, okay? But if you do use these essential oils, all it takes is this blend that you make in a very teeny tiny little bottle. You only need very small amounts. So you make the blend in there and you literally put 1 drop on your finger and you tap it around your eyes, okay? And it just opens it up. And guess what I added to it this morning and it worked even faster? Turmeric. Wonderful. Oh, there's some more people that have just joined in. Johnny is saying, haha, wrong. I'm not sure what you're saying I did wrong. Please enlighten us. That'll be lovely, please. Robert, wonderful. You've just joined as well. Thank you for coming in, and Carrie Ann. So you guys that have missed the start of this presentation or this class, please remember I do load them to my channel afterwards. I always go and post the link, so you can always go and watch a replay there, okay? And basically, my swollen eye, puffy eye blend contains geranium because it's very nice and antibacterial in case there's something going on there. Frankincense, rose, if you're lucky enough to have that pure and beautiful precious oil on you. I've got something called a Rose Touch, which comes pre-diluted with coconut oil or fractionated coconut oil. So I actually use that as the carrier oil because I'm not applying them neat to my eyes, okay? And then I also add eucalyptus. And if you do have juniper berry, I believe juniper berry is almost sold out all across the world because everyone is trying to make their own gin. So basically I add geranium, frankincense, rose and eucalyptus to mine. And then this morning I made a blend adding the turmeric, and I must say it actually improved the efficiency with how it's supported to get most of the swelling down. Okay, so really beneficial. And because the eucalyptus is also quite anti-inflammatory, it also opens up the respiratory tract. So a lot of the congestion that was present also subsided quite nicely. Okay, so there's Tanya's swollen eye blend with a dash of turmeric added. All right. Now, obviously, because if you've got a food safe one, it's going to be really beneficial for the internal systems, right? Then you can make something like a pineapple smoothie. I mean, what's better than that? You do get quite a lot of brands that sell frozen pineapple, which is awesome because you can stick it in the freezer. And in the morning, you can make your own smoothie. So 1 cup frozen pineapple, 3/4 cup of coconut water, or you can make that maybe a 1/4 cup of coconut cream and then just supplement if you don't have the coconut water. It's going to make it a little bit more luscious as well, I think. 1 drop turmeric oil. Remember, guys, this thing is really potent. It's really strong. You don't need more than that 1 drop, okay? 1 ripe banana, and you can add a dash of cinnamon if you really want to. 2 to 3 ice cubes, but if you're using a lot of, if your pineapple is completely frozen still, then you can have a nice like frozen margarita-ish kind of vibe going with the texture there. Really nice and icy, really nice and slush puppy without all the nasty other stuff that's in there. So that's a really nice smoothie to have in the morning, okay? And then you're upping the antioxidant support. Next up, let's go and look at something that's really good right now in this cold weather, obviously, is coconut latte with turmeric in it. So I make mine a little bit different to most people's because I don't have such a sweet tooth, so I don't like that much honey in mine. I also don't like it that creamy, but I do like to make it on the stove, all right? So I basically have a little bit of coconut cream in there with some water, and I put like a 1/4 teaspoon of the organic dry turmeric powder in there. I only add about a 1/2 teaspoon of honey to my drink that's ready for a full cup, and like a twist of black pepper because I need the pepperine, and it also gives that nice crunchy bit with the coconut cream. So that's like a really amazing combo, and I just bring it to the boil. And then after it's, you've mixed it really nicely, I take it off the stove and then I add my drop of essential oil and just stir it in really nicely. Really nice coconut drink, really good for you. All right. And again, remember, if you are using a turmeric oil that says not safe for ingestion, please do not consume it because they most definitely have other stuff in that bottle that shouldn't be in there. Okay. And here's the last one for the beauty things. Now, I know there's quite a lot of us that like these DIY makeup things and creamy things and what we're going to put on our face. And it's so easy to make them at home. So it's really cool that there's so many amazing recipes online. Let me tell you, if you're going to be using a lot of turmeric powder, I know they say you don't turn yellow. That's not entirely true at all, actually. So don't be a silly willy. Use your turmeric essential oil instead, okay? So you're not going to end up with this yellow face. I mean, the fact that the root stains your hands for more than a week has got to tell you something about what your face is actually going to look like, okay? So here's a nice sort of face mask that's going to be nice and scrubbing, but also going to have like get moisture back into your skin. 2 tablespoons of flour. In my case, I would use gluten-free flour because I can't do anything wheat. I react to it so badly. 3 to 5 drops of turmeric essential oil. 3 tablespoons of yogurt. Does give it a funny smell. I know there's always like a funny residue smell on your skin afterwards, but the yogurt is really good for your skin. And you can add a few drops of honey in there because it just is like a humectant, right? So it pulls water to your face, all right? So that's a really good face mask, and you can apply it onto your face, and then 10 minutes later you can just rinse it nicely with hot water, and you've got this beautiful, soft, juicified skin looking good, because it's really good for all those nasty blemishes and things on your skin as well. But use the turmeric oil, okay? Don't do what I did and add a lot of turmeric powder, because you are going to be yellow for quite a while. And it's not a nice color. It's one of those, I've perhaps by accident put like the wrong kind of self-tan on my face or something like that, okay? It's not it's not fun. All right, so there's some top tips for you on how you can practically apply your turmeric oil. You can either use it aromatically in your diffuser for mood support, really comforting. You can go and put it into your food if you're using a food safe one, to up the curcumin that you might be adding in the dried powder as well. And then you can also use it in your beauty regime. I mean, just how amazing is that? All right, and Johnny's asking for the recipes. I will send them to you with pleasure. All right, thank you guys. Hope you learned something new today. And I will see you guys next week, Thursday, for my next Thursday live. So this is Tanya Uester from Botanicamy, Alchemy of Soothing Botanic Ingredients. And if you found today's useful and you would like to share this with someone, you know what to do. It's as easy as that. Just share it. And I'll go and post the recorded link. I will go and post that in the comments as well, so you know where to go and watch the replay. Thank you for joining. Cheerio.